Welcome to Gentle Yoga. This is Leo Bray on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center in Palm Springs. You can visit us online at urbanyoga.org or on Facebook at Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center to make contributions in the tip jar, to check out the schedule of daily classes. And for those watching on YouTube later, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel for us. That's a help as well. This will be a short seated practice today, something you might do as a practice unto itself or as a warm-up. You'll see things that I often do in the earlier portion of hour-long classes, hour-long videos that are out here. So we start out sitting or kneeling. You don't have to sit exactly like this. Maybe that's comfortable for you, maybe it isn't. Sit or kneel in some way that's comfortable to you. If you like, close your eyes, rest your hands wherever you're comfortable. You can have your hands palms down to add a grounding sensation. You can have your palms up for receptivity, maybe calling in, thinking of something that you want to cultivate more of. Whatever is comfortable for your hands. And we begin by just focusing on breathing, inviting it, allowing it to get deeper and slower. And all this really takes is that shift of focus. Simply by paying attention to your breath, it will begin to change and get deeper and slower. Feel your contact with the floor, whatever is touching the floor, the way you're situated. And feel like an increase in that grounding sensation as you exhale. Picture the whole length of your spine from the base all the way up to your skull. Thinking about how, as your lungs fill and your body expands, your spine lengthens upward. Think of the crown of your head reaching a little closer to the ceiling as you're breathing in. And that grounding down as your body contracts when you're breathing out. Next, take in your surroundings, just noting whatever is touching upon your senses. Even with your eyes closed, there's light filtering through your eyelids. Maybe you have a fan on in your room as I do, feel the air moving across your skin. Maybe it's a natural breeze for you. Maybe it's your air conditioning. Maybe it's your heat. I don't know what time of year you might be watching this video or where you will be. Whatever sounds are present in your space. And anything else that is touching upon your senses as you scan around, situating yourself in the space you're in. We focus largely on how things feel in yoga, but the practice can also help us develop a better relationship with the world we move around in. It's this big word, proprioception, and it's a sense of where your body is and what's around it. And it can help with things like not bumping into furniture or doorways as you walk around your house or wherever you're walking around. Being aware of what's around you as well as being aware of your own body. Turn inward again and just scan your body, head to toe. Take in whatever internal physical sensations are there. Making particular note of anything that doesn't feel so good. Not to focus on the negative, but to be able to bear it in mind during practice, knowing that We can always skip or modify any part of practice to accommodate or respond to what's going on in our body. Let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth with a sigh. Let your eyes open if they're closed. And let's start at the bottom. Sometimes we start at the top, sometimes the bottom, sometimes the middle. Lift a leg up, just grabbing the one that's in front. Let the arm support the leg by holding the shin or the calf. With the opposite hand, interlace your fingers between your toes. Let the foot be passive and let your arms do the work. Gently and slowly move your foot in circles to open up the ankle. And change direction. Take a few going the other way. Then release those toes. Use both arms to support the weight of your leg. And you don't have to use the same grip I'm using. Whatever grip works for you and your body. Let the whole weight of the leg hang. Let that femur rest in the hip socket and move your leg in slow, gentle circles, exploring that ball and socket joint there, the biggest joint in the human skeleton, the hip. Change direction, and maybe the circles grow a little bigger. We just invite it to, we don't force it to, just see if maybe there's a little more room next repetition. Whatever degree of movement your body wants there as you explore these circles. Let that leg down, other side. Lift the leg, foot is passive, interlace your fingers between your toes. Move your foot gently in slow circles. And change direction. Release your toes. Use both arms to support the weight of the leg. Gently and slowly exploring the hip. Then change direction. And let that leg down. Get comfortable again. For me, this means bringing my left leg in front of my right, because when I do it the other way, the left knee hurts. So get comfortable. Reach your arms out to the sides, fingertips on the floor, staying long in the spine. Inhale, raise your arm up alongside your ear. And exhale, reach towards the other side. Feel for length from your hip up through your fingertips. Try not to lift that cheek off the ground. Keep both sides of your seat anchored. Let your head be wherever your neck is comfortable. Keeping the hand engaged, keeps the arm engaged, keeps everything between the armpit and the hip engaged. Inhale to come upright. As you exhale, come into a twist. Bring your right hand to your left leg. Your left hand to the floor behind you, maybe just fingertips. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist some more. Work your way up from the waist. On each exhale, ask your body if it wants to go further. Maybe there's room to do so. Maybe you already found a sufficient twist. We don't have to go as far as we possibly can. We just go as far as it feels helpful. Let yourself unwind. Come back to center. Inhale, reach your right arm up alongside your ear. Exhale, reach to your left. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, come into your other twist. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist some more. One side might go further than the other, and that's perfectly fine. We don't need to make them be the same, and it's natural to note any such differences. It's not a distraction, it's information. Come back to center. Let your arms hang by your sides, limp in the shoulders. Lift your left shoulder towards your ear, slide it back and let it down. And then your right shoulder up and back and down. Inhale, reach straight out to the sides, arms parallel to the floor. Exhale, reach for your shoulder blades and hug yourself, or if it's in your practice, come to eagle arms, intertwine your arms, press your hands together. That might be the backs of your hands, it might be your palms. If you do eagle, then move your elbows and hands forward and up, opening the space between your shoulder blades, breathing there. Inhale, open up again. And as you exhale, cross the opposite way. Hug yourself or take eagle. Either way, we're opening the same space between the shoulder blades. Eagle will take you deeper there. The hug is more gentle, more accessible too. Inhale, open up. Exhale, let your arms down. Bring your hands to rest on your knees or thighs. And we'll take some seated breaths with versions of cow pose and cat pose, which is traditionally done on hands and knees. Inhale, draw your heart forward and let your head tip back. Exhale, draw your heart back and let your head tip forward. And just follow the pace of your breath. Your breaths might be longer than mine, they might be shorter. Letting the breath and the movement be smooth and continuous. Maybe the breaths get a little deeper repetition, and maybe the movements get a little bigger. And if you like, you can vary this movement and bring in a circular aspect like this. As you inhale and come forward, go to one side. As you exhale and go back, go to the other side. So inhaling on the forward moving half of the circle and exhaling on the backward moving part. And try to keep both sides of your seat anchored here and not rock around too much. You can actually tip over. Not that you're going that far, but. Change direction. And try to let your neck be sort of loosely engaged so your head's not flopping around and you're not inadvertently hurting your neck. You want the heart to lead the movement, not the weight of the head. Your head is heavy. Your head weighs 10 to 12 pounds, I'm told. One of these funny factoids that you hear yoga teachers share sometimes. Usually comes up in a standing forward fold when the head is hanging down, lengthening the neck. After the next exhale, sit up. Let's take a forward fold, not a standing, because this is just a seated practice today. Rest your hands in front of you. Walk them forward as far as you can. And it doesn't matter how far that is. It's not a contest. The edge of your comfort zone. Allow your neck to disengage. Let your head hang down.
Breathe into your back, wherever the most sensation is coming up. And we'll take some side bends here in our fold. Walk your hands over to the left. And letting your head track with your arms so your head is still between your arms. And this gets into some different places than the side bends we did sitting up. Walk your hands back through center and over to the right. Take a few breaths on that side. Walk your hands back to center and then back in towards you, pressing away from the floor, using your arms to sit yourself up. Let your hands hang by your sides again. So the arms and shoulders are passive. Let your chin come down towards your chest. We're going to make gentle, slow circles with the head. Roll your ear towards your shoulder and let your head tip back, look up towards the ceiling, over to the other shoulder, on back to center. Continuing in circles, but if you find a tight spot or more than one tight spot, you can always pause at a tight spot to rock back and forth. Maybe picture a knot untying as you ease out those kinks. We carry a lot of excessive muscular tension in the neck and shoulders. Necks can be stiff in the morning, even if we're not stressed, just stiff because we've been sleeping. Happens to most of us. When you finish the next circle, take a few going the other way. And when you finish the next circle, lift your chin, look forward. Let's do some more arm movements and a little hand stretching. Inhale, reach your arms out and up overhead. Bring your palms together. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Interlace your fingers. Reach your palms forward, keeping your hands linked like that. Then raise your arms up overhead. Lower them down in front again. Come back, hands at heart. Inhale up through center line. Exhale, arms out and down. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhaling up. Exhale, hands to heart. Maybe switch the interlace the opposite way, the one that feels weird or counterintuitive at least. Reach your palms forward. Raise linked hands overhead. Lower arms. Hands to heart. Up through center. Exhale, out and down. 1 more time. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. Interlace fingers. Reach your palms forward. Raise up. Lower down. Hands back to your heart. Inhale up. Exhale out and down. We'll add in another seated twist. Just to get a little deeper, it's good to have options. Extend your legs forward. Bring your right foot to the outside of your left knee. Just going to a little deeper than the other twist. Bring the left hand to the floor behind you, stay long in the spine, press away from the floor. Now, options here, you can hold your elbow over the front of your knee, or you can bring your elbow to the inside of that right knee and then press away. Look over your right shoulder. Sometimes you'll get a little chiropractic sound effect as you come into the deeper twist. Just gets a little more into the lower back. Another area that gives a lot of us trouble. Let yourself unwind. Stabilizing yourself with your hands, switch the legs, extend the right, then the left, bring the foot across the knee, bring the right hand behind you, sort of in line with your spine, aim for that. And you can grab the front of your knee or bring your elbow to the inside of your knee, press the elbow against the inside of the knee, inhale, lengthen up, exhale, see about twisting some more. Never forcing. Pressure of the arm can help you maybe explore a deeper twist, but we don't want to push through any pain, back away from anything that hurts. How much twist feels beneficial? Wind, come back through center, and come back to your comfortable seat. And because it's a shorter practice, doesn't mean we have to skip Shavasana. You could still make your way to corpse pose, which is just one option. To lie flat with legs extended, feet splayed open, hands by your sides. If that's not comfortable, you could bring the soles of your feet together with your knees out. You could have blocks under the outsides of your knees to take the weight of your legs. You could rest the soles of your feet on the floor, let your knees lean in towards each other, toes in a bit, heels out a bit. Hands could rest on your body if that's better for you than resting on the floor. And just a couple minutes of quiet breathing. Maybe just focusing on your breathing, maybe choosing something else to focus on, or just allowing your mind to wander. Give yourself some deeper breaths and begin to explore movement bit by bit. Taking your time, letting the movements gradually get bigger. Moving mindfully and gently. When you're ready, you can sit yourself up. And you can bring your hands up by your heart. Thank you for sharing in practice today. The light within me sees and honors that same light within you. Namaste. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you next time.